Good morning and happy Monday to you. My name is LaShonda Brown and welcome to Bootstrap Biz Advice Live, where I teach service providers how to work less and live more by leveraging tech and YouTube. I am so excited today to talk to you about how I have been strategically using Flodesk to help my Instagram account because many of you know I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram right now. The constant changes, the constant restructuring of things, phasing things in, phasing things out. I know that Instagram can be useful, but the way in which I was using it before was very stressful. And so I want to give you some practical things that you can try by leveraging Flodesk on the back end to help your efforts on Instagram to be more successful. So that is the goal. So really quick, I do want to remind our Bootstrap creators that our membership call is on Wednesday. The brand partner of the month is going to be Riverside, and I'm really excited for you all to meet them. So be sure to check your calendar for the call information. We will hop on and we will talk about how you can strategically tweak your tech stack based on the new updates. If you are subscribed to any type of tech subscription right now, you know that people are adding on new plans, they're adding on new features, new tools are coming out, AI is taking over, and sometimes it's hard to know if you are aligned with the right tools. And so what I want to do on our coaching call on Wednesday is to really talk about what should be in your tech stack in 2025. What things can you add? What things can you take away to save some money? And so that's going to be the focus for our time then. Now, if you are watching this live, I want to encourage you to like it if you like it. It's going to help it to reach more people. I have gone back into my analytics on my YouTube channel, and I have seen that your engagement on these live streams are really helping me to reach new people. When I first started doing regular live streams, it was hard to reach a new audience. And over time, I'm beginning to see that these live streams are actually beginning to be promoted. And so your help is really going a long way. So again, whether you are watching the replay or you are watching this in real time, if you like this topic, make sure that you give it a like. Now, I do want to show you guys a very quick video because it's been a while since I've played it. And I've talked to you all before about the fact that we should be branding our newsletters or our regular email correspondence. So I call my regular emails the Bootstrap Club. And so every now and again, I decide to market it on these live streams by playing this ad. It's been a while since you've seen it, so I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then we will hop into our education for today. This live stream is brought to you by the Bootstrap Club. Some things never make it to Instagram, and for that level of small biz realness, join the club. When you join the Bootstrap Club for free, you'll start getting access to my behind the scenes emails about my pivot from being a burnout service provider to a mindful full-time content creator. I share my ups and downs in this private format because I think it's important to be transparent if I'm going to be the mentor that I always wanted. Thousands of people from all around the world have joined the club to receive my strategy emails, and I would love for you to join us. To sign up, go to LaShondaBrown.com, click on Join the Bootstrap Club, drop your name and email address, and I will add you to the list. I hope you have a blessed Monday, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and is giving you some ideas. If you have not created a video like that, it doesn't have to be 60 seconds like mine. It could be even shorter. But one thing that I have seen people take advantage of when they are doing a podcast is they actually say that the sponsor of the podcast is some aspect of their business, whether it is their email list, a course, a membership. Make sure that if you don't have a paid brand sponsorship, that you are promoting your own stuff, because that's a great way to remind people that they can spend money to invest in your brand. And so that was kind of the heart behind why I created that ad. And so feel free to use that as inspiration for your own brand. So that's just something I wanted to put out there. So good to see Renee and Camille in the comments. Don't forget, if you are here live, you can comment and I can pop your comments up on screen. Okay. So I want to get started with just kind of some background as to what I mean when I say a dead Instagram account. So let me go ahead and share my current Instagram account with you all. And we're going to do just like a little analysis, if you will, of what we're seeing. So when I refer to a dead Instagram account, there are a few things that I categorize as healthy behavior on a social media platform. One of the things that I would say is that your content is getting regular engagement organically. Okay. So organically would mean that you're not paying for advertising. You're not boosting it. It's just you post it and it's going out into the world and it's gaining traction. So if you see that your Instagram account is not getting the type of traction that you're used to, where you post it and not even the people who are following your content is seeing that, you may classify your Instagram account as a dead account. If you're also posting and you're not seeing people engage in the comments where, you post it and no one's saying anything, they're not, confirming that what they saw was helpful, then you may say you have a dead account. And I think the last thing I would say is the number of followers. If you're seeing that month over month, you're either not gaining followers or you're losing a lot of followers, then I would classify your account as dead. And so how can we be thinking about utilizing an email marketing software to help a social media platform? How can you sending regular emails actually move the needle? And so I'm going to give you a couple examples here. So one of the things that I have seen, and let's see here, maybe a good example would be, we'll play this one here and we'll leave it on mute there. So this was an ad that I did back in the day for HoneyBook, and it was about priority leads in the platform. So when I posted this content on Instagram, it was a collaborative post between myself and HoneyBook. And so it automatically got increased reach because that post was not just living on my Instagram account, it was actually going out on their platform as well. And so doing collaborative posts are a great way for you to reach more people because you are leveraging the audience of an entirely different Instagram account. Now, back in the day, I actually saw more creators taking advantage of this, where you would have one creator would create part of the reel, another creator would create another part of the reel, they would edit them together. And so because both of them were present in the content, it resonated with both of their audiences. And so that was a helpful way to get out there. But if you are a small business owner, if you are a small creator on the platform, maybe you're not getting those opportunities. But think about that mindset. You are taking an audience on another platform and you're leveraging that to increase what's happening on your existing Instagram account. So what I want you to be thinking about, if you currently have a Flodesk account or any other email marketing software, is how can you create custom email templates to help drive traffic to what's happening on your social media platforms. So let me go ahead and log in to my Flodesk account. And I want to show you just a few examples to give you kind of that strategy behind the scenes. All right, let's see here. Renee said, this is my IG. It's a common problem. I think a lot of people are doing a whole lot of work and they're not seeing that needle move for them. Okay, so we'll just look at the email that I sent out today. That'll be a great example. Okay, so we'll share this tab here and bring this up. All right, so when we talk about custom email templates in Flodesk, One of the main reasons why I love this platform so much is because you can heavily customize what people see, utilizing imagery and different types of layout boxes for you to make a more compelling email. So it doesn't have to be just plain text. And so if we look at the email that went out today, at the very top, you can see that I included the thumbnail for this specific live stream and a button for people to watch the live stream. So in this case, I'm utilizing Flodesk to drive traffic to the live stream that you are watching right now. For so many people, if they don't get this email, they're not popping over to my YouTube channel because they're assuming that I'm not going live that day because I've created that rhythm. So if you do regular communication on Instagram, there's no reason why you can't also include that in with your regular emails. Create a custom template that's really geared toward letting people know what's happening in your business, but also letting people know what's happening on other platforms. So this is an example of how I did this for YouTube. Then I had my announcement about our coaching call on Wednesday. But look at this. This is another great example. This same piece of content was on Instagram, LinkedIn, and on YouTube. So you have that reel cover that you saw on my Instagram account. In this case, I decided to drive traffic to the YouTube short. The YouTube short needed the most love out of the 3 different places that I posted it. And so this piece of content was posted a few weeks ago. You can still utilize that section of your custom email template in order for you to drive traffic to a piece of content that either needs more love or that would be beneficial to just get some more traction on. So think about your email, not just as a way to communicate things in your business, but also to boost what you're doing on social media so that your marketing goes even further. What's really nice about including it in your custom templates is you're able to say whatever you want in that template versus something you may share on Instagram, LinkedIn, or even YouTube. So you may say, hey guys, I would love for my brand partner to get more engagement on this piece of content. Would you be willing to go to like and to comment? You could do giveaways. You could do, hey, get a free ticket to my upcoming webinar, whatever it is that you want to do. You can communicate that inside of your emails and not make that public knowledge on your Instagram account. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're like, man, I really need this marketing piece of content for my upcoming launch to go further, instead of you immediately going to pay for ads, could you say something to your email list to help boost some of your engagement? And so I think the custom email templates are super important because all of the Flodesk templates don't have the same goals. So if we were to go into the options for templates, let me show you. We'll just go here, browsing all. They have tons of things to choose from. Don't get me wrong, but it may not be set up in such a way that it makes sense for your brand. So you could take aspects from the different templates that are available in Flodesk and you can customize it based on, okay, I always want to promote my latest Instagram post. I always want to promote my latest reel or tell people to check out the stories or what have you. So even though there are tons of templates to choose from, one of the things that makes Flodesk amazing is you're able to get ideas from the templates and build your own from scratch. The other thing that they came out with, and I did an entire video about this, I think I did actually a live stream about it, is the fact that you can sell your templates based on what you create in Flodesk. So just like in Canva, where you can take a design and turn that into a template, you can actually take a Flodesk email and turn that into a template itself. And so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I have done that on Buy Me a Coffee. And so I'll make sure that I link this in the description when this is over. But if you spend some time creating a custom template that fits your needs, you could also utilize that same template to create additional revenue in your business by selling the template. Okay, let's see here. Camille said, I think my emails are now going into people's promotion folder. And like me, I don't think people check that. How can I remedy that? I notice my open rate has slipped, and I believe this is why. Okay, that is a great thing to bring up. And so I think one of the things that happens, and I will show you, let me log into my website to give you an idea of something that you can do to help with that. All right, we'll click here and we'll go down to, okay. Okay, perfect. So what I would do if I were in your situation, and I'm just going to show you just an example of one, just as an idea, and you can customize this to fit your needs. So one of the things that I love about Squarespace is that you're able to utilize that with Flodesk to create custom thank you pages. So any Flodesk form that you have someone fill out, whether it's embedded on your website or you use the full page form, once people fill it out, you have the option of sending people to another URL. They complete the form, they hit submit, and you can decide to send them somewhere. In my case, what I have done is I have used that redirect, if you will, to give people a bit more information about what they've downloaded. But I have seen a lot of people utilize the thank you page as a way to remind people to check their promotion tab, to bring over that email into their inbox so that they don't miss future emails. So when you have people subscribe, yes, there are things that you can do to verify your domain in Flodesk, and that's helpful. But at the end of the day, if you train their behavior when they first join your email list, you're going to increase the likelihood that they're going to see your emails. So there's not a ton that you can do if people are utilizing, say, for instance, the Google Workspace for their emails. But in the very beginning, if you have a thank you page that reminds people, if you don't see my email, make sure you check your promotions tab and drag it over. That helps a lot. So I would encourage you, if you don't have a thank you page after people subscribe to your email list, go ahead and start using that because that will help increase your open rate. So this is just one example of a thank you page. It's very simple. You know, I just said your guide is on the way, gave a little bit of text and then some buttons. But that's what I would do in that case, because a lot of the times it has to do with the filters that the person has set up in their own email account, which you can't change. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see here. So add note on the subscription page, but no way to get the current subscribers. So what you could do is you could email. So if you go inside of your Flodesk account, and I won't pull it up now because I don't want to disclose people's emails. But if you go inside your Flodesk account, it's going to tell you who your active subscribers are, and you can filter your list by people who haven't opened emails within the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You can decide the amount of time. And so if you wanted to, for people who haven't opened up emails, say for instance, within the last 3 months, you can send them an email to say, hey, you know, basically do a subject line that would make them want to open the email just to confirm and say, hey, want to make sure you're still getting my emails. I need you to test this out to make sure that my emails are landing in your inbox. And so that's a way to nurture your list and to clean your list as well. So if people aren't active, but they are subscribed to your email list, you should be following up with them, I would say within every 90 days, just to make sure they still want to be there. Because overall, it's going to lower your open rate for your account if you're not regularly cleaning your list. So hopefully that helps. That is a really good suggestion. I do a redirect on my Squarespace website. Gonna look, yeah, it's definitely a great thing to utilize as a way to just get across some more information and to show people, you know, how they can get your emails more regularly. But again, like when people sign up for a freebie, they're really looking to immediately get access to it. So that's when you have like the most captive audience. And that's a great time to make sure that people get those emails in the right spot so that ongoing, your emails don't go to their promotions tab. So it's basically you training the AI, if you will. So like I said, I'm going to go in here and kind of show you. I think I saw that, yes, Beth mentioned that she has that Flodesk email template for me. And so, like I said, you can create those custom email templates that are giving your content a shout out on a regular basis. And then just get in the habit of like, okay, what was high performing? What needs more love? And use your emails as a way to draw people to your Instagram. You can also connect your Instagram account to your Flodesk emails. So at the very bottom, you can pull in an Instagram feed as well to have those posts automatically show up. Okay, so the next thing I want to say is you want to have some strategic welcome sequences and workflows, because here's the reality. We give Instagram a lot of credit, but at the end of the day, the reason why we are posting on Instagram is so that we can drive them into other things that we're trying to do. So yes, it's cool. It's cool when your post gets a lot of likes, but I have seen people go viral on Instagram, but they haven't seen a direct correlation between I have a very popular post on Instagram and now I have more money in my bank account. I did well on Instagram and now I have more people in my program. And so what I want to encourage you to do is a lot of people are utilizing ManyChat with Instagram to help increase their engagement. I have done the same thing and it's been very effective for me. But one thing that has been kind of convicting lately is to think about, okay, I'm not just trying to get more comments. I'm not just trying to get more views. Ultimately, getting people from Instagram on my email list is the most profitable way for me to approach Instagram. So even if your Instagram account is not getting a ton of likes, but those people who are engaging are ending up on your email list, then you're actually doing it the right way. And so a lot of times we say, oh, my Instagram account is dead. But what we mean by that is we're not seeing any financial benefit from us posting. And so what I want to encourage you to do, if you don't already have welcome sequences or workflows set up within Flodesk that encourage people to do various things after they sign up for your email list, then that is probably another area where you're missing out on Instagram. Now, you can look at my Instagram account right now. I have 31 posts, okay? I'm not telling you that you need to post a ton of content, but what I am telling you is be strategic about what you're posting and have very clear calls to action where people are consuming the content and you're driving them away from Instagram to something that you own, okay? So within Flodesk, and I will, let's see here. I will pull up this to kind of show you what I mean by workflows. So workflows are essentially what Flodesk calls automations within the software. And so what it is once someone fills out a form and takes action, you get to decide what they receive after that. So you can encourage them and say, okay, this is who I am as a person. Here's my welcome email. Then you can send that free education. Then you could offer a discount on services or products that you offer. Then you can thank them after a purchase. So all of these are different things that you can automate on the back end where you are nurturing that person without adding more workload to your plate. And so what I had been finding is that I was looking at Instagram from the perspective of, oh, I just need more likes. Oh, I just need more followers. And I realized that once I got those people converted, if I did a better job welcoming them into my community, welcoming them into what I was doing, and then taking them along that journey to make sure that they were aware of what they had signed up for and what they could expect, I got a lot further with a lot fewer people than before. And so again, We need to stop thinking about Instagram as just something that is just for the numbers sake. Oh, we just need to increase our metrics. Many of you are not full-time content creators. And so you're not going to immediately make more money just by having higher numbers. So what we need to focus on is how can we convert the people coming to your Instagram account, get them on your email list and nurture them. So having those custom templates is going to make sure that you boost your engagement with people who are already subscribed. And so you're going in that direction. But once you get people on your list, you need to nurture them on the other way. Okay. You need to make sure that you welcome them well, that you plug them into workflows, and that you explain what your business is all about. And so that was something that I started doing a much better job at. And I started to see passive income coming in, not from emails that I was sending to the Bootstrap Club, but through those automations in my workflows. Okay. So Flodesk makes that super easy because they have that stuff built in. Those automations are already built in. They give you the structure to help show you, here are some helpful emails to send if you're trying to welcome someone, if you're trying to market a webinar. All of those things are templatized within the backend of Flodesk. And so I just want to show you really quick, if we go back to the Flodesk site and we just hover over the top, you can see some of these products that are here. And I'll talk about the link in bio and specifically checkout as well. There are so many different products that have been developed within Flodesk to really help online business owners convert on their social audiences. Okay. So you're using social media to funnel people into that email list. And then that email list is what's doing the heavy lifting for you. That's what's doing your sales. That's what's doing your real promotions. Just look at social media as a means to get people in your front door. It's not the end of the conversation. One thing that I have noticed as well is those Flodesk checkout pages have been huge. And so a lot of you are not utilizing checkout. And what I like about the checkout pages is they are designed for conversions. So if you're somebody who that is not something that you're gifted in, you don't know how to look at something and make sure that it's set up in such a way to drive sales, these pages do the heavy lifting for you. And what's great is it integrates with Stripe so that you can not only grow your email list, but you can also collect payments within the same landing page. And so that's going to make it easier for you to upsell people on content, for you to get people into the right segments on your list. And it's going to be really, really helpful for you to deliver on what you're trying to sell. So I have found that utilizing checkout with Instagram has been a really high converting strategy. And one thing that you may want to consider is creating discount codes specifically for Instagram. So you could say Insta 20 or Insta 15 or what have you for your checkout pages. So you can see exactly what someone consumed in order for them to feel comfortable making a buying decision. And I've been able to go back and look in my checkout pages and see someone signed up for this service because they saw it on Instagram, they got the link from ManyChat, and then they got the discount code and used it on Flodesk checkout. Driving people directly to my website and just saying, hey, these are the things that I offer, haven't always been the highest way to convert. But by me taking them from Instagram into that Flodesk checkout page, I have seen the conversions be a lot higher. So let me hop over to the comments. I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but let's see here. Camille said, I think I posted twice last year. Well, and that's okay. That's okay. I will say that every social media platform is going to be impacted by how often you show up. One thing that's different with Instagram versus, say, for instance, YouTube, is that you could take a post that may be a year old, and you can technically boost it to help get some new traffic on it. And that might show Instagram that you are still trying to use the account. But of course, they're going to assume that if you're not posting at all, that this is not an active page, and so I shouldn't be sending traffic to it. So that's with any platform. I will say that I I've heard tale of other influencers and content creators that for whatever reason needed to take a break. And from what I'm seeing, YouTube is the most forgiving social media platform in terms of people taking a break and coming back. I just looked at a YouTube creator this morning who has like a lifestyle YouTube channel and their own personal content creator channel, both of which hadn't received new content within the last 3 months, I believe. And they came back and were just like, hey, here's where I've been. Here's my, big life update. And people still engaged with it and people still came back. So I will say, no matter what, I'm always going to be team YouTube in terms of a platform that is set up for SEO and driving traffic to it to help you to get more traction out of your content. But I do understand that many of us have created Instagram accounts and they're sitting there with the possibility of being used. And so I'm always thinking in my head, as much as I want to completely ditch what's happening over there, there's still potential. How can I utilize that potential without adding more work to my plate? And so that's where I have found that Flodesk does a really good job, that even if I'm not posting a ton of content, the content that I do post is going further because I'm utilizing email alongside it. So that's just something to think about. I think a lot of times in business, we find ourselves needing to kind of prioritize, like, where's my attention going to go? What's going to get love from me? What's going to get my efforts? And so you may not have a ton of bandwidth to be able to create a lot of content for social media platforms. And so you may have to boost things if you're going, twice a year to post on Instagram. That may be a helpful strategy for you. But at the end of the day, we always need to be looking at the data and saying, how can I maximize what I'm getting for my effort? How can I increase the return on my investment? And so if you look at social media in that perspective, just like you would a billboard or a newspaper ad or an ad in a magazine, you would always be thinking to yourself, did this effort, did these marketing pieces actually bring money back? Or did I just spend money on it? Was it just a money pit? Or was it something that helped generate money? And so if you're constantly looking at what you're doing from that perspective, it's not going to fail you. You're going to have to test, you're going to have to experiment, but over time, you're going to build up a marketing strategy that will help you to see, this is what's converting and this is what needs to happen in order for me to get in front of the right people. So hopefully that is helpful. I was posting just about every day and no traction. So I will say this, and I'll give you a good example on my page. So I think a lot of times when it comes to social media, and I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who's about to launch a new product line, that a lot of social media is riding the trends and seeing, what's converting for people. So I have done tons of content about why YouTube is a helpful way to market your business. Some social media experts will say that negativity performs better on social media than positivity. And, I am not typically a negative person, but I think posting your content in such a way to get a reaction out of people sometimes helps your content to go further. So if we're looking at this particular post, I started out by saying, YouTube is a waste of time because it takes forever to get monetized. And so that's a common thing that I've heard people say, that like, it's so much effort, it's not worth it, why even bother? So I posed it with a negative, and then I said, hey, I made thousands of dollars with YouTube long before I had a monetized channel. So saying, here is a comment, here's an objection, here's my response to it. Then I had another one. If you don't have time for long form content, don't bother with YouTube. I know business owners with YouTube play buttons who only post shorts, aka repurposed TikToks. And so the format of this post was taking advantage of the fact that carousel posts are performing well on Instagram, that this style of carousel post is popular, where people put an image and then just change the text on top. And then again, playing around with the negativity, giving that objection, and then answering it in the format. So sometimes when it comes to Instagram, why you're not seeing the traction is because you're not playing the game. And I hate to say it that way. You guys know I'm not like a huge advocate for everyone to just flock to Instagram and post, post, post. But I do know if you do show up, it is helpful to show up in such a way that you kind of meet the trends where they are. And so this was a post type that had been popular. I wanted to give it a try. And lo and behold, it did perform well. So if you find yourself not gaining traction, I would take a look at what you're posting and see if there are some trends that you could test out for your brand to see if that would perform higher. Another thing that I have seen over time is, as much as I love Canva, I think a lot of people are kind of inundated with Canva graphics. You know, you kind of look at an Instagram account and it just looks so, what's the word? Like plug and play, just like, oh, they just used a bunch of different templates and it's not as personal. And so I'm seeing a lot of different Instagram accounts that perform well are less curated than they used to be, that people are looking for more authenticity and more storytelling. So I think that Instagram is an interesting platform because it has potential for you to reach an organic audience and reach new people without you having to pay to reach them. But at the same time, a lot of it comes down to playing the game. And so that's why I really want you to look at what you're currently doing in combination with your email list to say, okay, how can I get my current Instagram following or my current email list more engaged with what I'm doing versus just looking for more eyeballs? I just think that for a lot of people, you know, if you do the memes on your Instagram account, or back in the day, it used to be like everybody was doing quote graphics. I don't know if you remember that phase of life, but like every time you turned around, there were inspirational quotes that people were sharing on their page. And, you know, for some people that made sense if you were a writer, if you were a speaker. But in other cases, you know, if you were in accounting, just seeing just an inspirational quote isn't going to make you want to pay someone to do your taxes for you. And so I think what we are seeing with Instagram is that they're wanting more of you on the platform. And so the more that you can take advantage of how email marketing can help you, the less it's going to drain you in the long run. So if we were to go back to the Flodesk, let's see, I'm going to go back to this page where it's showing you the different products. And I just want to give you guys these practical applications because, like I said, I'm putting my primary focus on YouTube. YouTube is the main platform that I'm showing up on a regular basis to create. Even if all I do is live stream once a week, I'm spending, you know, almost an hour here, you know, going live. And so I have found this to be super beneficial because I can talk to my audience in real time. I can see what they want to learn, and then I can create more content that meets their needs. So I did see a question on here from Ayana. Are there any step-by-step training for the Flodesk tools you are showing? Yes. And let me actually show you this way so I don't mess up what we're doing here. Okay. Let me, there we go. So if you are new here, you may not know this, but a lot of the tech tools that I talk about, I tend to create strategic playlists on my YouTube channel to help you with those specific tools so that you're not getting overwhelmed. And so if you go on my YouTube channel, there is actually a playlist specifically for Flodesk. And over time, I've been adding more and more content. Right now, I think we're up to 27 videos that are about Flodesk. So like I said, I had a video about Flodesk templates. I have one about two about Flodesk checkouts. One is everything you need to know. I also give you access to a free Flodesk checkout guide. And then I did a Flodesk checkout FAQs. I've done stuff about growing your email list, Flodesk analytics. I've also created content on the Flodesk YouTube channel. So there's content from me there as well. Did a whole webinar with them. That's there. Did another video about analytics. So on my actual YouTube channel, if you are watching this on the main screen where this live stream is pinned at the top, if you scroll down, you're going to see like a Canva playlist. You'll see a Flodesk playlist. And so this is where I would refer you to for step-by-step trainings. I try to do edited videos where I walk you through and I screen share exactly how to do some of this stuff. The reason why I don't screen share as much when I go live is because I have people's personal information along with my own in my actual Flodesk account, and I can't like blur that out in real time. It's harder to curate what you guys can see and not see. So I try to stay on the front end of Flodesk as much as possible when we're on live. But again, on that playlist, you're going to have a lot of those step-by-step instructions. And so this is what I would specify as a resource for you guys. If you're troubleshooting Flodesk, if you're wondering how to incorporate it into your Squarespace site, if you want to use it to create a workflow for your webinars, a lot of this stuff is addressed here along with new form types and things like that. And there's more content coming. So just know that is where that content is going to live. But because I utilize Flodesk to market my business, a lot of times when I go to create content, it's like, oh, here's something that I'm doing in real time. Let me teach you guys how to do it, step by step in an edited video. So that is a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. And so hopefully that is useful to you guys. I'm going to keep answering your questions, but I do want to remind you to like this video if you like it, to help it to reach more people. Same thing goes, if we're going to go back to Instagram, same thing goes with Instagram. Don't be afraid to ask for engagement on your content as well, because that's going to help it to reach more people. So every social media platform is really trying to say, as people consume your content, are they enjoying it? Are they interacting on the platform? And are they staying on it longer? And so if you can increase your comments, if you can increase your likes, then they're going to help you to reach more people. And so that's part of how I've been utilizing Flodesk. So the last thing I do want to share is something that you may or may not be taking advantage of. And I will share it here. There are a lot of different websites that do this, but I think what's really exciting about Flodesk offering this option is people automatically get added to your email list. You can use Zapier to connect Flodesk to a lot of different tools, but when you're utilizing Flodesk from the beginning, it can save you a lot of effort. And so I have tried this out using their link in bio feature. And so that is a really helpful way for you to market multiple things that you do. You can see on the right-hand side, you can pull in your logo, images, have a subscribe section where people can type in their name and email address. But what I like about it is it doesn't require them to have to bounce somewhere else to interact with it. So as soon as they click on your link in your Instagram bio, they're going to be taken to a place where they can type in name and email address and automatically get added to your email list. So by you eliminating clicks, you are increasing your conversions. And so if you have a lot of things to promote in your business, you're like, oh man, I need to tell them about my discovery calls. I need to tell them about my newsletter. I need to tell them about an upcoming event. You may want to take advantage of this because it's already inside of Flodesk. And so this is a newer thing that they added, and you can actually get yours for free. And so there are multiple different ways that you can use this. You can use it for a wait list. You can use it for sharing your links, sharing your products. Again, driving traffic to your newsletter. And so I want you to be aware that they are constantly adding in features that are going to help you. And so part of why your Instagram account is dead is because you're focusing too much on what is Instagram doing instead of leveraging tools like ManyChat and Flodesk to help increase your performance on your account. So the last thing I will say is if we were to take a look, let's see here. If we were to take a look at my Instagram account at the very top, You can also see where I am driving traffic to my free YouTube workshops. And so I have connected my Uscreen app with my Flodesk account. And so as people come in and they download my free YouTube workshops, they're also going to my email list. And so that is passively growing my email list. So what you put at the top of your page doesn't have to be immediately linking people to things that people can buy. It could be linking them to your high converting freebie that's going to just grow your list in general, get them on your email list so you can get in contact with them on a regular basis. And over time, you'll start to see the benefit from that. Okay. So like I said, I am Team YouTube. Let us not get it twisted. However, I have realized that the more I stopped relying on what is Instagram doing on its own and started driving traffic with my Flodesk emails, started capturing email addresses from Instagram, I started to see Instagram be more effective for me. And I can see with those discount codes that there are people who consumed a piece of content on Instagram and went to buy a product because I gave them a discount code through Instagram. And so that might just be worth your time. It might be worth your time to start thinking about, could you offer specials specifically for your Instagram community and see them convert on your paid offers? Okay. So I want to give you those ideas. I want to help you to kind of rattle through what's working. I do want to show you a couple other email formats. If I go in here, and I'm actually going to sort, let's see here, share it as a template. Okay. So I want to show you a few examples of some templates that I have made because we did talk about those customized templates. Okay, so this is one in particular that I made in Flodesk just to see you some of the flexibility that you can have. So this one in particular was a coupon roundup, okay? And so you see the information about how to join the live stream. You have the information about my membership. And then here was a coupon roundup for March 2024. And so you can see here where I linked to different affiliate partners and had buttons for people to sign up for those specific tools. I also linked to my Buy Me a Coffee button in my emails and said, hey, did you find this content useful? Consider buying me a coffee to support my channel and help me continue providing budget-friendly education for busy biz owners from all around the world. And so even including something like this in your custom email templates, that as you drive traffic from Instagram, maybe people aren't immediately buying your products, but they're tipping you because they find the content useful. That could be a helpful thing to include in your emails. Here is another template that I made. We'll share this tab. And so you can see here, this is more of that newsletter format where I say what's in this issue. If you want to get this exact template, here's where you can buy it on Buy Me a Coffee. And so I'm showing people here, here's a new Flodesk feature. Here is free trial for Canva and ways to keep learning from me. This is another section that you could put at the bottom of your custom emails to constantly be promoting to people. Here's the information that you received in the email, but don't forget, my business is more than just the free content. I think that's something that we really need to continue reminding ourselves of is a lot of us are super generous people and we're constantly giving, but are we making sure that our paid offers are regularly being communicated? That is where those templates are going to play a huge role. Because if you design that email template to promote your Instagram, to promote your paid offers, then you don't have to constantly think about it every time you send a new email. The last template that I want to show you is just one that's geared more towards sales. And so this is one that I created in Flodesk. And so you can see here, I put information about what the offer was before you sell. I gave an announcement. Then I talked about, step 1, step 2, step 3, tech tool of the week. and how you can try it. And so all of these were created from scratch within Flodesk to make sure that I was communicating the things that were the most important to me. And so if you don't see this laid out and what's already available, just know that with the drag and drop features inside of Flodesk, it's very easy for you to create something custom to fit your needs. So those are just 3 different variants. I save them all as templates so that either they're templates for me or templates that I can sell. And so that makes my life a whole lot easier. So I want to hop over to the comments. I want to remind you guys again, if you like this live stream, make sure that you like it. Remember, if you are a Bootstrap creator, we have our membership coaching call on Wednesday at 1 p.m. The brand partner of the month is going to be Riverside. And so I'm really excited for you to meet Kendall, for you to learn more about what they're working on behind the scenes and ask questions that you can't Google. So you talk directly to them. And we have time to get caught up and do our monthly polls and giveaways. That's going to be a great time as well. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Camille said, I think you really need a strategy too, not just posting to post. I completely agree with that. I think that with Instagram, there is a point to showing up on a regular basis. But if it's just, just kind of generic content that, oh, here it is, I'm just posting this so you know I'm still alive, proof of life, that's not as effective as actually having a plan. Another thing I do want to kind of bring to the forefront is that if you're struggling with creating your marketing strategy, another one of my partners is NG, and I will share that with you because they have been rolling out a ton of new updates. And so NG is a marketing management software. And so for those of you who are, wearing all the hats and you're like, I just don't have time. I don't have time to think about, what I should be focused on in my marketing, what I should be posting, what I should be sharing. A lot of this on the back end of NG is actually created for you through the software. So you can fill out the questionnaire and then the software tells you what you should be doing to promote your business. And there's also a new quiz that you can take when you go to NG so that you can type in your information for free and then start to learn there as well. So this is another one of my partners. NG is going to be on an upcoming live stream with a couple other partners to celebrate women in tech. Women's Month is next month. So you'll get a chance to meet Taylor live on the channel as well. But this is another option for those of you who are just like, I'm really good at what I do, but marketing is just not my cup of tea. I know it's necessary. This can definitely help you. So I will be sure to link to this as well because I have a discount for utilizing this software. I've created content for them. You can see here, there's Bootstrap Biz Advice. But yes, it's a fantastic option if strategy is a struggle. Okay, let's see here. So Vani says, what is your membership fee for the Bootstrap Creator Club? So yes, Bootstrap Creators is $50 a month. And everything is listed on my page, lashondabrown.com/membership in terms of what's included. And you can also go to bootstrapbizadvice.com to sign up. So everything is listed here where you can get all the information about being a part of the membership. And I would love for you to join us. It's a very supportive community. I'm constantly bringing in new guest experts, new brand partners to try to help you get supported in the journey of using content marketing to grow your business online. So I would love for you to become a member. If you have more questions, you can definitely shoot me an email or you can DM me on Instagram and I can respond there. But thank you so much for asking. Let's see here. Renee says, I'm learning, had no idea about strategizing on Instagram. This is why I am here. This is very useful. Yes. I mean, I'm telling you, there's so much involved when it comes to running an online business. And I was thinking about this the other day, when my husband and I quit our jobs to become full-time entrepreneurs, we started back in 2011. And the way that marketing has changed, in 2011, you weren't thinking about posting on Facebook as a way to make money. You were posting on Facebook to just let people know what you were doing in the community. And the intention wasn't like, oh, internet people will buy from me. And over time, things began to change. Over time, people began to not only want a service or a product, but they wanted to connect with the business owner. And so then you start to see the rise of personal brands. And now people are showing you a day in my life and they're vlogging and going behind the scenes and all these different things. And so I think what's important, whether you use a platform like NG or, you leverage a business coach or a marketing expert, you kind of have to figure out for yourself, how do I want to show up online for people? What aspects of my life do I want to share? And how can that content encourage people to want to buy from me? Because there's so many different options, there's so many different platforms, and there's only so much time. And so I think it's important for us to acknowledge that there's a shift happening. You also are seeing like the rise of AI. And so people are like, okay, am I talking to a real person? Am I talking to a bot? Is this an avatar? Is this, does someone just put this into Chat GPT and there's not a real person behind this? There's just so much going on that it's important to kind of take a step back and say, here are the platforms that I want to show up on a regular basis. Here's where I feel the most comfortable. Here's what I want to share. And just trust that by being consistent, you're going to reach the right people. That's the beautiful thing about the internet is, where I live, there's only so many people who live in this area of the mountains who have a need for what I provide and want me to provide it. But with the internet, you can reach so many different people from so many different walks of life without having to leave your home. And that is truly a gift. So I would encourage all of you who are maybe on the fence about Instagram to say, okay, well, let me set aside 30 days, 60 days to try out utilizing my email list more with my Instagram account to see, can I get more from my efforts there? And if it doesn't work, if you find that it's not worth the time, obviously I'm going to say try YouTube. But at the end of the day, it's okay. There's so many different options out there. You just need to find the one that works best for you. So for me personally, this year has been about, I want to do more on YouTube. I want to do more on LinkedIn, and I want to get more for my efforts on Instagram. Instagram is third on my list, and those are the 3 platforms I'm showing up on. I'm not worried about TikTok. I'm not worried about Pinterest. I'm not worried about Threads. I'm not worried about Facebook. And so there's so many options out there that I just don't even leverage because don't have the time, don't have the desire, and so I just don't even stress it. So permission granted for you to not do all the things and for you to double down on what's working. Thank you so much, Camille. Amazing community. Bonnie says, I've learned so much from you watching your Canva tutorials. Yes. So I am back as a Canva verified expert. So we're actually editing another Canva tutorial as we speak. So more and more tutorials coming for you to get the most out of your subscriptions. So thank you so much. Renee said authors on Amazon are now putting disclosures about not using AI. Yeah, that's a wild time to say, no, really, these are actually my ideas that I'm putting out there. But that's just the reality of the situation, is that it's getting harder and harder to tell where this information is coming from. So again, when it comes to social media, whatever platform you're on, double down on your humanity, double down on what makes you, you, and that is going to go a long way. That's part of why I like live streaming, because obviously I'm doing all this in real time. I'm not hiding behind an edit. It's obviously me because it's happening right in front of you. And so just like back in the day when I would live stream on Periscope, it helps to eliminate some of that skepticism because people are able to talk directly to you. And so anything you can do to help instill that you are capable, you're competent, and you're a real person, it's going to help grow your brand in the end. So my friends, I am going to be polling my members on Wednesday about what do we want to tackle next in terms of topics on the live streams. So definitely participate in the poll on Wednesday and let me know what you would like to see. I did tell you guys I wanted to talk about Flodesk in February, but this is not the Flodesk YouTube channel. We really want to focus on helping you to leverage tech and YouTube to grow your business by working less and living more. So definitely participate in the poll on Wednesday. Let me know what you want to talk about next, and we'll come up with a theme for March. But my friends, as we like to say, until next time, ta-ta for now.